Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, we've got a good one today. I'm promising you this is a high scorer. There's only one problem with today's map, and that problem is, sit down now, sit down. It's me. You see, it uses a mod that I've not had time to break in yet, and in the 4 hours that I allotted to actually make the review, I didn't have enough time to really work out how to fix the minor problem that I was having with the map. So the map is broken. It is broken because I am flawed, and if you like a flawed bonbon, or you'd like to floor the bonbon, then, well, you know what to do. It's time for that daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, and maybe one day you'll be, well, as dim as me, because today I'm going to really struggle today. Grünewein is the map today by S7 Hablos, and as promised, it is a very nice map indeed. There's your start square, plenty of infrastructure already in the start square, but it doesn't really get in the way. I'm quite okay with that. There's your terrain height and plenty of build plane in the middle of the map. There are hills, but they are accessible. And the resources, fertile, is basically what we're looking at there. There are a couple of pits for ore, nothing for oil. That's fine, works fine. Off to the workshop, and again, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for today's map. There's a whole bunch of mods and assets to subscribe to, including the Railway Replacer mod, which is loved by many, and this is the one that I was having problems with. We will be using the Laviante theme today, along with the Relight Average LUT, and I take your time reading through all of that if you like. So, railways is going to be the problem. For now, ignore the railway. We'll look at the roads and look at the lovely little elevated sections there, the water running off of the hills, coming down and entering the river there. That's very tidily done indeed. So yes, I have no major problems with this map at all, really. It's really very nice indeed. One or two minor things that I would like to tweak, and a couple of them I'll actually do during the show, but they are tweaks. They are literal minor things that are to my preference. A little bit of a river coming down there, very nicely placed rivers over there with the central pillars. I like that as well, all perfectly aligned too. First intersection type thing here with 3 lanes splitting into 2 with the elevated wall. I like that. That's very tidy. Very nice. And the first minor thing that I would tweak would be this down ramp. It's a little bit steeper than I would like it. It's tiny, tiny, tiny grumble. I think you could actually start that drop a little bit with this pillar here. I think this pillar could be lower and probably won't look too janky. Let's have a little look. I think somewhere-ish there, maybe an extra notch slower than that, but let's have a look. That looks pretty smooth for me. I'm quite happy with that. I think that is a minor improvement. We're talking minor stuff here. All told, the map is beautiful. Yeah, everything's good there. Right, so that lane arrow, I'd like it to be going straight on, but because of the way that the junction is worked, there's very little room to do any wiggling to get that to go the way that we'd like it to. So all told, I'd be quite happy with that. I'd accept that. I think I'd have to throw that one in if that was my particular junction. I'd just go, do you know what? I can't get you to behave, so therefore you'll just have to misbehave. It sounds a little bit like me. You can't get me to behave. No, because I will misbehave. Next intersection down here, we're going to go under the rail. Look at the elevated section of the rail. Oh, it's so nice. The Railway Replacer mod is a very nice mod. This pillar here, I would like it back a millimetre further away from the road. Let me just grab it. I think again, there's not much wrong with it. I just like it there. That's it. Minuscule amounts. Of course, I'm never ever going to shift it back if I can. There we go. That's what it was. Do you know what? I'm probably being too pedantic there, you know. Probably. Like the pillar in the middle here, I like the way that that has been nestled in between the roads. That's very tidily done. So all good work there. and all looks very good around the outside as well. Look underneath there. I love this. I love the network on this map. It's really nice. Everything about it seems to come together really well indeed. Lane merging there looks really nice as well. The arrows going exactly where I'd like them to. We look back down that way. Do you know what? I was expecting some blue mantle under here, and it's kind of hidden by the retaining wall. Doesn't quite join up with the highway, but you've really got to be down on your knees to see that one, and I'm not getting down on my knees. Not at my age. Not at my age. No, that's fine. It's fine. Perfectly adequate. Not everything is going to be perfect to the nth degree. It's got to be perfect enough. You don't want to be seeing glitches when you're trying to do screenshots, and that's mostly what I'm looking for with glitches. Are they going to cause any problems with getting that beautiful picture of your city? Nice little elevated section again. We've already seen one like that, so we're not going to have another look. Then we've got the highway creeping through here. Nice little split road over here as well, and across the bridge, and there is a connection. I know there is. Oh, it's over there. Yeah, there is a connection to get out and across from over the bridge. We're going to cross the bridge anyway, but yes. Oh, there it is. I see it. Yes. Anyway, across the bridge, and we've got a canal and a roundabout and rail bridge, and that goes off. Trying to get round to the start square. I've taken the wrong turning somewhere. Let's nip this way. There is a way back to start square this way, so we'll go this way. I've missed a turning somewhere. I haven't taken the route I planned. I do plan the route, you know, before we start these shows, but just like any old middle-aged guy, just throw the map in the bin. I can remember where I'm going. I want to say that this bit looks a little bit untidy. I can see what the reasoning for it is and what has been attempted. It just looks a little bit unkempt. It's still not. It's not bad work. It's just, yeah, just not polished. And then up here we're coming up to towards the start square. Start square, roughly the other side of the canal there. I think there might be a bit of start square on this side as well. But to say that this bridge looks a little bit higher than it needs to be. Again, it's all very smooth, and it's just a personal opinion again. Does it need to be that high? But I guess if you're trying to put some low-rise buildings under it, that's a possibility. Me personally, if it were me, I'm not marking down the map for this. I'm just going to select all the nodes. I'm going to drop it a little bit magically using the magic and move it, and somewhere around about there maybe. And that needs to probably come up a fraction to smooth it out like so. So yes, I feel that this is a much more natural height, and again down here for the intersection, that's a much more natural height. I think it's probably still high enough for a low-rise building underneath there as well. Speaking of low-rise buildings, today's asset of the day is looming. This is a good one. By the new weekly chart show Hall of Fame entrant. Yes, Nutty Crunch crashed through the 100-point barrier this week, and so Contemporary Low-Rise Apartments 3 is their crowning glory as they get into those closing credits on the weekly show. Factoids, because factoids, this one's a great one. At the age of 3, Henry VI opened British Parliament and cried throughout the ceremony. Of course he did. What 3-year-old wants to put up with that? That is just child cruelty. Anyway, this is a lovely, lovely contemporary asset. Come up from above and you can see how it all comes together. This is great design. It's one of a pack of two. I'm not quite sure what the difference between the two are. I'm not going to spend hours looking. I was spending too long trying to fix the railways on this map to work out what the difference between the two assets were. But anyway, Contemporary Low-Rise Apartments 3 by Nutty Crunch. That's today's asset of the day. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to replace that road, that bridge, back to where it was before we carry on. There we are. Negligible differences there, to be honest with you. I can see the argument to have it either way, and so again, I'm not going to be marking down the bridge for that. No, the map for that particular bridge. It's okay. It's fine. It is absolutely fine. We'll wend off towards the fog. That we could check all sorts of different highways, and I like all of them. So what we'll do is we're going to nip off to the fog and go onto the rail. So forewarned, there will be some minor problems with the rail, but it is completely down to me. Into the fog there. Right, so the rail, here we go. Rail looks great. Great elevated section here across the valley. It stays elevated across all of the rivers. It's good and smooth and level, and these are great assets. So was this Ronix, I believe, wasn't it? I could be wrong. If I'm wrong and it's not Ronix, I apologise to the creator, but I'm pretty sure it was Ronix. Great work. Comes back down to ground, lovely and smooth. Now the problem that I've got is we've just got these lines, the catenaries, but I've got no supports. So I did spend some time trying to work out what I was doing wrong. Into the options here. Ignore the catenary replacer for now. Let's go to railway replacer. The only option there is to enable thin wires. So I've switched that one on and off. Makes no difference. So then I restarted the game and got myself catenary replacer, which wasn't installed. And with catenary replacer, with or without it, no matter what setting I choose, even without it enabled, well, we get no catenaries. So I'm pretty sure this has to be big. There is no way that this mod does this at all. There can't be. This is a BonBon issue. So I'm going to pretend that the railways are right. I'm going to pretend that they are good and true. When we get to the star ratings, I'm going to rate as if there is no issues here, that we have visible catenaries, because there's no way, there is no way at all that this is the creator. Surely. Or if you want to test it and let me know in the comments, that would be great. But or if you know what the solution is, that would be really great. Save me spending weeks trying to work it out. Well, spending weeks. Finding time is going to be the bigger problem. Just don't have enough time to do anything at all creative. And there be the issue. But it's a great rail layout. The layout is marvellous. All the slopes make a lot of sense. Got a couple of sidings here, very tidy. And then this heads off. Shall we go? Oh, yeah, we'll go up the hill. Why not? Even the hill is a really gentle slope, and I would say believable within the context of the game. Very happy with that as well. So there you go. That was the problem with the railway replacer. I cannot understand why we have no catenaries. Anyway, intermission time. It's the playlist of the week. This week featuring not one, but five-star aesthetic maps from the last year and a half. Want to see more? Of course you do. Click the information button now. And so, shipping routes. Now these bridges are too low for the standard vanilla ships. Got a little bit of an S-bend going through here, but this is fine. Reason being, well, in the description there are a couple of the custom small river ships, etc. that are recommended, and the mod is also linked to for replacing the vanilla ships. So therefore, the fact that these bridges are too low doesn't matter, because there are instructions as to how to get around it. So yeah, well done Hablos for doing that. So, Grünewein, what are your water flow? What is your water flow like? And the answer is, it's good enough. The main river is wide. There's good enough water flow coming down this way as well. Coming down, this is your start square area here, so we'll have a special look down here. Good strong water flow there. What about down here? Not so much down the canal areas and this little area here. There is water flow through there, but definitely be looking to use the main river. And then that heads off. And the question is, does it come back? Do we have a null area, or does it go off the edge of the map? And the answer is, it's fine. It keeps going. It does keep going. So, Grünewein by Hablos, S7 Hablos. There's a lot to like about this. There is a lot to like about it. I'm liking the tree work, the terrain work. There's a lot of flat build area in the start square, but it's not a flat map. Even the start square here, we got a flat building area here, But even within the area of the actual middle of the map, we have got some hillage. Like this. This looks like it's flat, doesn't it? We come down here, you can see we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 meter climb to the top of that. The top of it is buildable area, but it is tiered, it is layered. It's not a flat map. It's not an easy map. It's a middle ground map. Now I'm loving the quarries. Okay, the quarries are great. This sand effect in the Lavianti mod is amazing. I'm just completely buying into this. This is very nice. That's not the only one. There's a much better quarry somewhere. I'll have a look around for it. This isn't it. This is like a sand trap, this one. I don't think this is a quarry at all. It's a sand trap. And once again, the tree detailing around it is just exquisite. Very nice indeed. Here we go. This is the split quarry. The lower one isn't too bad. The upper one is amazing. Let me just have a look at the lower one. The lower one just looks like a standard quarry. But the upper one, this looks great. It looks chiseled into the land. But I'm loving the erosion as well. Look at the upper sections. Here, it looks like the sand is just slipping away. And the tree detailing in that top section as well. That, for me, is some of the best quarry work I have seen in a long time. And the Lavianti theme really makes that pop. So all credit, of course, to Hablos and to Arnold J. Rimmer, who is the author of the Lavianti theme. Well done for you. We've got lots of tree work, plenty of flat build plane we've looked at. Let's come up this way. Up this way. Now, Grünewein, that's German for green wine or green vines, I guess green wine. So we have some vineyards. These are okay along here. These aren't I don't think this is the high point of the entire map, but you can see that the farmers' paths have been left in there. And it does look like a vineyard. They seem suitably close together without being really too close together. I'd like them a little bit tighter, but they're not too bad. However, we do have some vineyards which are not so good. They are closer towards the fog and the edge of the map if we go up the river. So you can kind of excuse it a little bit. But even so, I still feel that this is a little bit too loose. So we come down, especially this section here. There's a big gap between those vines and there wouldn't really be any reason for it. I imagine the farmers would make much better use of the land between the trees and the vines up here. Okay, these aren't vines, but it is, you can see what has been the attempt of the aesthetic is there. It's yeah, it's just a little bit loose and untidy up at this section for me, I'm afraid. But all said, overall, really good map. Oh, loving the tree detailing again, the trees in the gullies and the canyons where all the water would be flowing and it wouldn't be built on, so therefore there would be trees down there. That looks really good. There's a lot of really good work on this map, and I think credit has to be applauded. Anyway, what do you think of the map though? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Well, only you can decide. And speaking of Viewer's Choice, last month's one is tonight at 6 o'clock. Watch out for that. I say that because I haven't recorded it yet, but it will be tonight at 6 o'clock. Get your finger out, BonBonB. Aesthetically, this is a very nice map. It's not quite a 5-star map in my book, but it is very close. It's a very good, it's a high 4. Very nice map. Detailing. There are some minor detailing anomalies that I think the worst of them has to be those vines. Can't quite give it a 5-star because little things like that and bridge slopes that I just disagree with. I'm giving it once again 4 stars. It's definitely a good detailed map. 4 stars. Gameplay potential. I'm going to give this 5 stars. Okay, I think this has lots of potential, lots of opportunities to crack on. Everything is there, but although I'm giving it 5 stars and you think BonBonB seal of approval, I'm not going to be doing that. Reason is a Grünewein by S7 Hobbs deserves the seal of approval, but I can only give the seal of approval if I am confident that you will have no problems with it. And given that I spent some time trying to sort out the problems myself, I cannot say for absolute certain, with absolute clarity, that you won't have any problems with the rail. So I can't give a seal of approval based on that, but it deserves it without question. Give it your own seal of approval. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. I'll map on the screen now with a vote on it, and I'll see you tonight for the Viewer's Choice Top 10.